Have you ever wondered how we're consuming media or how media is consuming us? It's time to put that phone on Do Not Disturb, get outside, go for a hike, go for a walk, and get ready for your digital detox. Oh my gosh, there's nothing truly like just nature. Oh my god, look at the water! Oh my god, I love this. Let me go somewhere that the waves aren't making so much noise, but yeah. So we're not hiking today, we're just going for a walk by the lake, which I absolutely love because it's just like you still get the fall colors on this side over here, and then when you turn right around you get the nice clean ocean view. And then the smell of it too, like it's just, oh, it just smells so good. I'm glad I took my allergy pill today because otherwise I would not be able to smell it. Anyway, so I thought today's video we would talk about imposter syndrome, because I feel like I'm facing that a lot recently, just because like I'm in a position where my social media, like I guess a lot of people say, and here's where I get to. So people are like, look at yourself like you're your own business, like you're marketing yourself, you're creating stuff. And I'm like, me, really? Because it's just like, I'm just doing all these like silly stuff for fun. I mean, it's not silly, it takes a lot of work and effort into it, but like, it's just always been me. And then when I get to the point where people are validating my work and saying like, oh my god, it's so good, like I love like your editing, I love your humor, I love your comedic timing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's like, I don't know, it's like all this would be said about people that I admire and people that I look up to, and then now that that's being said towards me, I'm like, you're lying. I don't know, it's just my brain and how it works. Like, I looked up the definition of imposter syndrome, but yeah, like it's, I don't know, because like I'm at the point where like people recognize me in public. See, I don't want to sound arrogant or conceited when I say that, but it happens, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like it's so crazy. It's such a heartwarming experience when it happens, but also like to put in perspective, I'm just like, it's just me behind the camera every day, me behind a computer every day, and I'm putting myself out there, and then it just becomes out of sight, out of mind, because I'm not watching people watch my stuff, so that when actually they come up to me and they're like, oh my god, I noticed you from TikTok, I'm like, okay, I don't know, it's just not clicking, or it's slowly clicking in me, like, wow. And then like you have people like that are close to you, like, oh my god, I'm so proud of you. Okay, that woman was like stomping right behind me. Anyway, yeah, people like, applauding and applauding me for my accomplishments, and it's like wow. Like I always tell people, they're like, how did you get into TikTok, or how did you get into this whole social media thing? Like, I've always had an interest in doing it. Like, I've always been like a creative person, especially being an only child. Like, it's what I did. But like TikTok was the app that I said I would never get in this pandemic. I'm just trying to sit without falling. It was the app that I said I would never get, and then lo and behold, it's the app that I have the most following. It's the app that I have the most engagement in. It's the app that's gotten me to places like this internship that I'm doing. Like, it just, I don't know, it's just a surreal experience. Like, without this app, I wouldn't have met some of the qualifications that I needed to do to apply to this internship. Like, one of them was have like a minimum of 1,000 followers across like all of your social media platforms. And just with one TikTok, I have 40, and I'm just like, these people are choosing to follow me and choosing to interact with my content and choosing to want more. Like, I don't know. It's just like what I said, it's imposter syndrome, because you're just in your head this whole time. Like, I have my friends, like close friends, who are congratulating me, or people who I haven't seen in a while are just like, I see you doing your thing on Instagram, I see you doing your thing on TikTok, and I'm like, how far is my reach with my content? Like, that's crazy. Like people, like, it's so crazy too, like at work sometimes people like look at me funny and they're just like, I think I've seen you on social media, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm just like, what the hell is this life? Like, it's so crazy. Like, by the time I'm recording this, I'm not gonna post this for a few days. I'm going to an event where I'm gonna meet Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually like meet him like one-on-one, but like he's gonna be in the room for Black Adam. And with the connections that I made, I got invited to it, and I'm just like, I did that. Like, it's just me. Like, I didn't win a contest to go to this event. It's just me and my accomplishments got me to this place, and I'm just like, I don't know, it's shocking, but it's just like me, I don't know. I'm not putting myself down, but it's just like, when you put in work into something and it just seems like I'm a one-man team, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've been doing the work, coming up with the ideas, filming them, editing them, all me. Like, I don't have a team behind me. And then for me to get, recognition, acknowledgement, and access to areas that I never thought I would be able to, it's just like, wow, So yeah, like I said, I'm at a position where my small business can go higher, and I'm just like, I don't know, I'm nervous, I'm excited. It's just a lot to process. It's a lot to process, and I feel like many people, I feel like just everybody, it's hard to rework your brain to be, is it reciprocated? No. Perceived, that's the word. Like, to be perceived by so many people, not even like on like your own terms, if that makes sense. Like when I go in public sometimes and like people actually, like, I don't want to sound arrogant, but when people like, oh my God, I've seen you on TikTok, I'm like you've had access to me without me, like, here, like, introducing myself. I don't know. It's funny. It's definitely funny. Like, recently, somebody was telling me about their brother's like business, and I was like, oh, I would love to collaborate with them on that. And I was like, okay, here's my TikTok, and they're just like, oh my gosh, cool, you do TikTok. And then the people beside me, coworkers, were like, oh my God, you do TikTok? And I was like, uh-oh. I'm like, I don't want you to have access to me when I don't know, because it's like, what are you thinking without me knowing? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, if you get it, you get it. It's just hard to explain. Like I remember one time when my TikTok was circulating in work, I would walk into the break room and I would hear my voice, and that was the weirdest thing of my life. And I just turned around, and it's one of my TikTok videos. Like, oh my God, I found you on TikTok. And I was like, I'm leaving the room right now. It's just so weird, because like, I was telling my friend, like, when I post stuff, I forget about it, because I'm just like, all right, let's move on to the next thing, because, as a small business, I'm like, I gotta come up with more TikTok ideas. I gotta think of more content to post. So when I hear my voice on something, I'm just like, what was that? I don't know if that makes sense, but like, that's just what it is. And yeah, so leading back to the imposter syndrome, like, I've got to breathe and recognize that, like, no, I've worked hard for these moments, and I've got to, I definitely appreciate them. I just got to appreciate myself for being able to be at this level, and not doubt myself, and not be like, oh, but there's some people that are better, or why me? Like, no, like, I got here because of my hard work and my creative mind, and I'm doing it well. Like, I definitely hope me and arrogant don't go well in the same sentence. I'm not arrogant at all. That's me being confident by saying that, because I carry myself with grace and class, and I make sure that everybody knows that, because that's how I want to be seen in the world. But yeah, I just gotta just give myself, somebody said it one day, they're like, you gotta water your flowers. That's what it is. That's what I'm gonna end off with. You gotta water your flowers. Like, you know, when you do well on stuff, you gotta water your flowers. Like, sometimes I get so awkward when people give me praise. I don't know, I think it's just me being an only child, and then me just doing things so independently, and I'm just like, okay, like I'm getting shy. Yeah, like somebody's like, you're not shy, and I'm like, I am shy when you get to see like my creative side, like a side of to me that's very personal. Like when people compliment my physique, I get super shy. I'm like, oh my gosh. I passed off jokingly, like, I guess just like, that's humor and sarcasm and satire is my specialty, but also a coping mechanism, I guess. But yeah, I get very shy. Because it's like you're seeing a side of me that only myself sees. And here I am sharing it with the world, and it's gotten me to great places. But yeah, water your flowers, people. If you do well at things and people are seeing them, water your flowers, because there is nobody in this world that is going to love you like yourself. And how can you expect others and allow others to love you if you are not loving yourself? Yeah, that's how we're going to end this. Thank you for listening. See you next time.